Okay, this is the blaster mechanism, and it sits about like that. You have to keep an angle like this. And I figured that would fit inside the robot pretty well. So first I'll just demonstrate. Here's a little rubber ball, and here's a little plastic ball. Oops, wrong way. So it works by, well, first the motor reverses, and that pulls this little hammer thing back and gets the trigger lock out of the way. And then as soon as it starts going forward, the trigger lock gets in the way, the other way, and then prevents the little striking hammer from moving. But the wheel can keep going, and there's a spring in there attaching the wheel to the hammer. So the farther the wheel turns, the more it loads the spring and the harder it'll fire. So let me put these guys back in. If you just make it go forward a little bit, then you get a little shot. But if you make it go forward more, then it shoots really hard. So that way you can, adjust how far you're shooting with the thing. Now to get that all to work right, I don't have the right stuff here to do it, but it'll have to have a switch inside detecting where this wheel is, like perhaps sensing the little nub where the spring attaches. Oh, I'm getting bad reflections. So that when it's reversing, it'll stop at the right spot. I mean, anywhere. It doesn't have to go back there. Anywhere around there is good, just as long as it's past the trigger stop. And then it's also going to have something to, a switch over here to turn it off when it gets far enough, because you don't want the thing to keep turning around and just break the spring. The other thing is, it basically operates on a two-way switch. Just, right now I'm just doing a two-way switch, forward and backward. With the radio control, you just have one button, and then there'll have to be a bit of electronics in there to change the polarity of the motor. Now hopefully with no button depressed, it should be pretty easy to make the motor just reverse until it gets to the point where it's supposed to stop, like where that little spring nub would hit a switch and deactivate it. And then when it gets activated by the switch, reverses the polarity on the motor, makes it go forward until the switch, the button on the controller's released, and then it reverses the polarity back to the original state, reversing it, and that's what fires it. Hopefully that makes sense. I could put all the electronic pieces in it, but I don't have the right kind of switches, so it'd probably take a week to order them. So I'm thinking I could just draw a picture, a little electronic diagram of what has to go on there. It's pretty simple though. Any electrical engineer should be able to design it from scratch pretty easily, but I'll do a little drawing anyway, and yeah, hopefully that's good. Oh, and at the moment it's up to the user to control the switch correctly so that the thing isn't just left on spinning endlessly, breaking itself.